You don't have many friends, not because you're rude, not because you're shy, and not because people dislike you, but somehow you just don't connect with most people. Small talk feels exhausting. Social drama feels meaningless, and the more you observe people, the more you choose to stay quiet. Most people think this is a problem. They assume that if someone has very few friends, it must mean they are antisocial, awkward, or unlikable. But psychology suggests something very different. In some cases, people who have very few friends actually share a set of rare personality traits. Traits connected to deep awareness, emotional independence, and a different way of seeing the world. So maybe the problem isn't that you can't connect with people. Maybe you just don't connect with most people. In this video, we'll explore 5 rare personality traits often found in people who don't have many friends. And by the end, you might understand yourself a little better. Most social interactions are built on small illusions. People laugh at jokes they don't find funny. They agree with opinions they don't fully believe. They pretend to enjoy conversations they actually find boring. Why? Because these small illusions keep social life smooth and comfortable. But some people have a personality that makes this almost impossible. They notice the fake laughter. They sense hidden motives. They detect when someone isn't being genuine. Their mind constantly analyzes social signals, and once you start seeing those patterns, it becomes very hard to ignore them. So conversations that feel normal to others can feel draining to them, not because they hate people, but because their awareness makes social situations feel artificial. Many people enjoy being surrounded by others, parties, group chats, endless conversations about everyday things. But for certain personalities, that environment feels empty. They don't enjoy talking about surface-level topics for long. Things like, the weather is crazy today. Did you see what they posted online? Instead, they're drawn to deeper questions. Why do people hide their true selves? Why do humans follow the crowd so easily? What actually makes life meaningful? They search for depth in conversations. But here's the problem. Not everyone enjoys that level of discussion. Many people prefer lighter topics, so when someone constantly seeks deeper understanding, they naturally connect with fewer people. But when they do connect with someone, the connection is very real. A lot of friendships are built on emotional needs. People look for friends to feel supported, to feel understood, to avoid feeling alone. But some people develop a very strong form of emotional independence. They're comfortable being alone. They can spend long periods of time by themselves without feeling lonely. They don't constantly need validation from others. And they don't panic when their phone stays silent. For them, solitude isn't painful. In fact, sometimes it feels peaceful. And because they don't rely on others for emotional stability, they simply don't feel the need to surround themselves with many people. Not because they can't, but because they don't need to. Some people make friends easily. They can get along with almost anyone. As long as someone is fun or entertaining, that's enough. But people with certain personalities have a very different approach. They are extremely selective about who they let into their lives. They pay attention to things like honesty, integrity, authenticity, emotional maturity. If someone seems fake, manipulative, or overly dramatic, they quietly step away. This doesn't mean they judge people harshly. It simply means they value quality over quantity. And when your standards for connection are high, your circle naturally becomes very small. Human beings naturally seek belonging. That's why most people adapt their opinions to fit the group. They follow trends, they follow social norms, they follow what everyone else believes. But some individuals have a personality that resists this instinct. They question things. They analyze ideas deeply before accepting them. And they're comfortable holding opinions that go against the majority. This kind of independent thinking is powerful, but it also creates distance, because when you think differently from the crowd, you don't always feel like you belong to it. And sometimes that means walking through life with fewer companions. So if you've ever felt strange for not having many friends, maybe it's worth asking a different question. What if the reason isn't weakness? What if it's awareness? What if it's independence? What if it's simply that your mind operates on a different frequency than most people around you? Having fewer friends doesn't always mean something is missing.